the January inflation figures delivered a significant setback to government ministers, as the cost of living continues its upward trajectory. The Office for National Statistics, ONS, reported a stark increase in the Consumer Prices Index, CPI, soaring to 3% in January, a considerable jump from the 2.5% recorded in December. This unwelcome surge in inflation represents a sharp reversal of the positive trend observed just a month prior. 5% in December had briefly offered ministers a degree of respite. The upward momentum of inflation casts a long shadow over the financial well-being of public sector workers, particularly when contrasted with their private sector counterparts. While private sector employees secured a 6.2% pay increase in December, public sector workers received a considerably smaller 4.7% raise. This disparity is further exacerbated by the upcoming 2.8% pay increase scheduled for April for public sector employees, a figure that is now projected to fall significantly short of the current inflation rate. This means their real wages will likely decrease, further eroding their purchasing power and contributing to a growing sense of financial insecurity. The government faces increasing pressure to address this widening gap and mitigate the impact of rising inflation on the public sector workforce. The discrepancy between public and private sector pay increases, coupled with the accelerating inflation rate, paints a concerning picture of economic inequality and highlights the urgent need for effective policy interventions to protect the living standards of public sector employees and the wider population from the escalating cost of living crisis. The government's response to this challenge will undoubtedly be subject to intense scrutiny in the coming weeks and months, with calls for more substantial measures to alleviate the financial strain on hard-pressed households expected to intensify.